Should we move on to mine?
Yeah, what's your bronze?
My bronze medal topic is Ezekiel Elliott, just this Tuesday, was granted another legal reprieve to avoid the 6-game suspension from happening. And I'm just wondering for you guys, do you think this is going to be like a cloud over the team, wondering constantly, is Ezekiel Elliott going to be there? Like, What do you think?
And I think it's one of the reasons they're not playing well. I think it could be. I think playing sports all my life, I definitely think there are things that are external that can affect team chemistry, and I think this is definitely one of them. You know, they talk all the time like Kaepernick would be bad for a locker room and all this kind of stuff. Legal trouble is what's bad for a locker room, man. You can just look at it like, I think with this distraction, it hurts how the team is played, and they haven't played up to par this season like they did last year, like the hot start they got on last season. And just with everything just looming over them, just with the fanfare and the paparazzi and all the questions that aren't even about football. They're about Ezekiel. Is Ezekiel going to be back? All these kind of things. And I was at the Comedy Store the other night. A drunk white Cowboys fan was telling me, basically, with Ezekiel being a Cowboy, he got white privilege with this legal stuff. I was cracking up because it's kind of true. Like, nobody else would get this kind of leeway in such legal jargon, this crazy stuff, all the stuff these lawyers are trying to do to keep prolonging this. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
Well, that's what I wanted to get to. Like, the lawyers are prolonging this. It's really interesting that they're the ones who are kind of helping the Cowboys.
Right.
And, you know, they say Jews are not in football. But there are people right now helping the Cowboys. And, you know, I feel like my people should have some jerseys on right now because we are extending the Cowboys season every day. What do you think about this, Russell?
I agree with Niles. I think if you look at how Ezekiel Elliott has played, you know, he's not playing with that same energy. But also something to think about is he's been in the league for a year. The league has, you know, I always told people that Jordan Howard was a better running back with Ezekiel Elliott. Anyway, if you look at the offensive line that Zeke had compared to what Jordan Howard had, the Bears' deep offensive line was awful.
Yes.
And the Dallas Cowboys offensive line been the best in the NFL for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
So maybe people have figured out Zeke. That's something else that can go up to it.
That's also true. That could also be a factor.
Yeah, I think it really does affect the team though, and I can't see how it wouldn't. And it's just one of those things, like, he's prolonging it. What if my people don't do their job, and now, like, game 8, he gets suspended, and now he's suspended for the next 6 games, and now it's in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now you miss him for the playoffs.
Do the Cowboys make the playoffs this year? Yes or no? What do y'all think?
No.
I'm going no, too.
I still think they could, but I don't think... Here's the thing. I think he's going to get suspended down the road, and it's going to look foolish. Like, you should have taken him out.
Like, you should have done it already?
Yeah, he would be... Exactly.
It would have been over.
Yeah. That's my point. He would have been done already. You would have already had an excuse for the slump.
Yeah.
And then you would have had him, and he would have been a boost. But now it's just like when is it going to happen?
It's going to kill momentum if all of a sudden he just can't play.
This is what happens when you try to extend it and do this trick. You know, I don't feel bad for him. I really don't.